también. Uno es discípulo de Srila Govinda Maharaj y otro de Srilacharya Maharaj. Y su esposa, Kamala Sundari, es discípula de Srila Govinda Maharaj. Entonces, mira, no tenemos así, ¿no? Muchas veces es todo muy arreglado por arriba, ¿no? Desde arriba. Son todos devotos que están ahí luchando para mantener su conciencia, su servicio, como posible, ¿no? Como posible. Somos una familia.
Qué hermoso, Maharaj. Estoy tratando de traducir un poquito al inglés para los devotos de Rusia que nos acompañan también. Pero Maharaj, muy hermoso. Vimos una fotografía, Maharaj, de su nueva dentadura, muy apropiada para la playa. Muy gracioso, Maharaj. Perdón. Pero muy felices, Maharaj.
Bueno, en Brasil decimos, ¿no? Perdemos todo, pero no perdemos la broma.
No, parece que no se pierde.
En la realidad se dice, no perdemos el amigo, pero no perdemos la broma. Cuando se echa broma con los amigos, ¿no? Perdemos el amigo, pero no dejamos la broma. Pero yo voy un poquito más a fondo, ¿no? Yo pierdo todo, la fama, el prestigio, todo, pero no puedo perder la broma.
No creo, Maharaj, no creo que la fama siempre persiga al Vaishnava, Maharaj.
Es terrible.
Sí, Maharaj. Maharaj, would you like to speak in English for the devotees? Is it okay to you?
Oh, yes. I was just saying that Acharya Ratna Prabhu said we have so much pressure, but I'm on the beach with my family, my brother and his family, and they are all devotees in one level. They are all, they have gurus. 3 of them, my brother and 2 kids, they are Ridananda Maharaj disciple from ISKCON. His wife is Guru Deva's disciple, Srila Govinda Maharaj's disciple. One boy is Srila Govinda Maharaj's disciple, and the other boy is Srilacharya Maharaj's disciple. And it was very funny. The youngest one, when Srilacharya Maharaj came to Brazil, he was 5. It was in 2010. He was 5 years old. Then the boy told my brother used it to live nearby the ashram. Then the boy said, "Oh, Daddy, you have to take me to the ashram. I need to see my guru." And that was very funny. What do you know about guru? You're just like in your napkins, not napkins, babies, they use those pañuelos.
Diapers, Maharaj. Diapers.
Yes,
like
diapers. You're just in your diaper. What do you know about guru? Then my brother took him to see Srilacharya Maharaj, and Srilacharya Maharaj was in a meeting full of devotees in the room, maybe 40, 50 devotees in the room. The boy crossed everybody like walking, like fearlessly. And he sat in the Vyasasana with Srilacharya Maharaj. And that was very sweet and very happy. Then that's why Acharya Maharaj gave the name Abhay Chaitanya, like fearless Abhay, fearless Chaitanya. Because the boy was fearless. He just like walked through everybody and he didn't care. And he sat down at the Vyasasana and he kept looking to Acharya Maharaj's eyes, like, eye-to-eye contact without blinking. And we knew, like, everybody could see, this is not a regular, something like usual to see. You see like a boy walking, he doesn't know Srilacharya Maharaj. He sits in his Vyasasana and just keeps smiling to each other like, okay, I found you, both for each other. And then he took initiation from he was just a boy, 5 years old, and then he took it. And that what is amazing in Krishna consciousness. Some people, they ask for miracles. I've seen so many miracles like this. That was a miracle. Like, first of all, Shilacharya Maharaj in Brazil. We could never expect Shilacharya Maharaj would land in Brazil, the first stop in his first tour. I mean, first tour after becoming Acharya's successor. And then I saw my nephew doing this. Was very sweet. And now I'm in his home. My brother left. He had a home near the ashram, and he left to live in a warmer place. Here is a beautiful place. You know, in this town, the name is Ubatuba. We have like 100 nice, beautiful beaches. 100, like it's a beautiful place. I don't go very far. He lives near the beach. I just visit one place. It's enough for me. I don't need 100. One nice place is enough. And we play little soccer. And we have some fun, nice prasadam, some singing, some discussions about the Shastras, and discussions about, not discussions, I mean, we just talk about the Lord. That's our life. I mean, we became addicted. Thanks to Gurudev, we became addicted to talk about the Lord. That's our food. Like the book, Food for the Heart. We need food for the heart, not for the brain. Food for the heart. That was Gurudeva's main instance. Gurudeva never said food for the mind or food for the intellect. Gurudeva was always touching the heart. He was a Chintamani. He would change the heart. That's the main change. Change the heart and everything changes in your life. And Gurudev was the touchstone. Just one smile or one of his glance to anybody, to any creature, to any atom, and it would get some feelings of Krishna consciousness. And we cannot deny that. We can say humbly, I have nothing. But at the same time, we need to say Gurudeva had everything. And he transcendentally, he gave us that kind of touch in our hearts. And that's the beauty of Krishna consciousness, because we don't find that in every marketing. You can go everywhere, you can go many missions, and, you know, my experience, I found like the ocean in Gurudeva's lotus feet. And that was funny. Devashish Prabhu, I think Praneshwari Didi, my Dandavat Praneshwari Didi. I think you were there in a meeting with Devashish Prabhu, and I spoke clearly how was my experience with Gurudeva. And I said, Gurudeva, I was in ISKCON, everybody is worshipable, but when Gurudeva came into my life, it's like the sun rising, all the stars disappeared. You cannot see any stars in the sky, but I didn't know ISKCON devotees were there. Then later I saw ISKCON devotees. They were just by the side of Devashish Prabhu. And I felt really bad because, you know, this is the truth, but, you know, this is not very palatable for them. This is palatable for us. You know, Gurudeva's like when by the mercy of Gurudeva himself, I could see him as my Guru. And I changed completely from ISKCON to Sri Chaitanya Sarasvat Match. Then, you know, like the sun just raising, I saw like Gurudev was like a huge mountain, huge like shelter. And, you know, like, you know, the hills are supplying everything for Krishna Lila. Then we can understand like a mountain supplies water, minerals, trees, fruits, herbs, everything. Then Gurudev was that transcendental mountain, supplying everything, and nobody could stand and shine. You know, if someone was shining nearby Gurudeva, was reflecting his like, you know, just reflecting Gurudeva's
effulgence.
Effulgence. Yes. And that was beautiful. And even like sometimes ISKCON devotees approaching Gurudeva, they could shine. and we understand, and it could be a private conversation, but I think our meeting is quite private. I mean, Gurudeva and Srila Sridhar Maharaj, they were the dynamo, spreading sparks of devotion all over the universe. All the services, everything, every little thing made to please the Lord, in every mission, in every corner, in every house, was coming from them. They were the dynamos, and then that dynamo came to Srila Acharya Maharaj, and then we have Srila Janardana Maharaj and Ashar Maharaj like dynamos of devotion. They are always, sharing inspiration, and it is very mystic. It's not something that we can choose. It doesn't depend on us. Like Gurudeva said, I'm not controlling the current. I'm not the controller of the current. The current is the controller himself, because the current is the Lord himself. We don't control that current. And it can go to the dog's heart, to any's heart. It doesn't depend on him. Whoever he wants to touch, you're going to be touched. You are hopeless. Ahai tukiya pratihata means, you cannot deny, you cannot control, even if you don't want. Like, I know something, when I was in ISKCON, one lady, an old lady, she would follow the kirtan, but swearing the kirtan and say so many bad names. You Hare Krishna, son of this. You Hare Krishna as this, and so many bad names. And you Hare Krishna, you Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. She joined. After, the Lord is so merciful that, not comparing with Putana, like the witch who gave the breast for Krishna, but she did almost the same, and the Lord gave her some inner heart, some inner inspiration to join and chant the Lord's names. And it's all very mystical, very, it's amazing. It's always surprising us. The Lord is always surprising us. The devotees are always surprising us. I spoke more in English than Spanish. Anyway.
Maharaj, don't stop. I'm trying to translate. We are trying to translate.
Okay.
Actually, Maharaj, we get our welcome to Srila Bhakti Kushina Maharaj.
Okay.
Dandavad Maharaj. Dandavad Maharaj.
Dandavad Srila Trivikram Maharaj.
Dandavad Srila Ashram Maharaj. Dandavad Pranams.
Dandavad. I hope everyone is okay. We are very happy. I was a little late because yesterday, Sadhu Maharaj, Dandavad Sadhu Maharaj, and all the devotees. I know I was a little late because yesterday they arrived here in Tikul, a couple of Russian devotees, Subhada, Devidasi, and Balavanta Prabhu. They are from Tomsk, Siberia. And they came and they were just giving us some gifts they brought, and I was attending them, and then suddenly I forgot and I became late to the meeting. Excuse me, but very happy to see everyone here. Jaya Sri, Devidasi, Dandavad.
Dandavad Maharaj. How are you, Maharaj?
Fine, Jaya Sri. Happy to see you and all the devotees here with Trivikram, Bhakti Vijay Trivikram Maharaj and Sripad Bhakti Nandan Sadhu Maharaj. Puri Maharaj is not here yet, or Srila Janardhan Maharaj.
Dandavat Jaya Shri Didi Sadhu Maharaj, my Dandavat Pranams.
Dandavat Maharaj.
Jaya Sri Praneshwari. I'm seeing all of you here. Praneshwari, Devidasi, Acharya Ratna, Ramanuja Prabhu Eishwari there in Spain, Amalendu Prabhu in Russia. Dandavats. And Hriday Krishna Prabhu, Mahalakshmi Devidasi, and Ravindra Krishna Prabhu there in Singapore.
Gracias a todos los Vaishnavas, nuestras reverencias.
Dandavats a todos, Dandavats. Maharaj, Trivikram Maharaj was talking. We don't want to interrupt. He was giving some.
Oh, Maharaj, I was just in a free flow with the devotees, saying how much happiness comes to my heart that I have this meeting. It's just amazing. I feel sometimes very alone. So Sunday, sometimes I cannot be part because I have something to do that I cannot be part. But being part of this meeting is heart fulfilling, heart nourishing.
Very good. Well, I think most of us we feel like that, like you have expressed, Maharaj. ¿Cómo va la construcción? How's the construction, the building, the remodeling of the Caracas temple, Sadhu Maharaj?
Maharaj, it's going on. Dandavats to all the devotees, Vaishnavas present here. We are going step by step. We are going in a more difficult time with the construction because we already complete the modelization. We can say the reparation. Now we are starting the new construction. There is some problem with the neighbors, like always. They are giving some complaint, are giving some threats, and money is also going down. It's a little difficult, but we are going forward. At least we are going forward. Every day, one step forward.
Well, it's very, very good time to remember everyone that any donation, any income that we can send for the community there in Caracas, for the temple there, visited in many occasions or at least I remember 2 occasions by Srila Acharya Maharaj, and many occasions by Srila Govinda Maharaj. They are in need of some assistance in the form of some donations. So all the devotees are well invited, to spare some of their funds for this cause, for their lordships and their servitors there in Caracas. The temple, very famous Parama Karuna temple in Caracas. Srila Govinda Maharaj stayed there, and when he visited Caracas, there were like unbelievable pastimes, unbelievable incidents. How one time it was 2007, I think, the last time Srila Govinda Maharaj visited there, and many devotees in Caracas and from many other parts, attend the meeting. From Brazil, from Peru, from Ecuador, from Colombia, and for sure I am leaving someone aside. From Argentina, they came, and at that time Maharaj's health was not so well, and nevertheless he seen the affection, the devotion of the devotees, and feeling really like at home. Srila Govinda Maharaj chanted, I don't know, 8, 10 songs, from our songbook, from our Vaishnavas Acharya songs, and for the pleasure of all the audience, one after another one. Generally, for many years, we haven't seen him to chant so many songs at the time, because his health condition generally did not did not allow him to do so.
Alberto, you can't. Alberto, you're gonna die. Alberto, don't.
Dandavat Maharaj, perdón, Srila Maharaj, su micrófono se cerró. Perdón, Maharaj.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Just the last part, Maharaj. Just the last part. Just the last part, Maharaj. Solo la última parte, Maharaj.
No, I was expressing because we were remembering the devotees there in Venezuela, in Caracas, in the capital of the country, right there in the community of Parama Karuna, Nitai Gaura Chandra, Sri Guru, Nitai Gaura Chandra. They are rebuilding their temple because, as you all know, maybe we are all acquainted with, there was a fire, and that consumed part of the temple. The last part, not the part proper of the house. Some parts of the house also were affected by the smoke and some flames, perhaps. But the fire consumed some extra stores, extra stories and rooms they have made for the devotees, for the lady devotees, for the gents, and it was like a big incident. And when we all knew about that, then we started sending as much as we could, everyone, some assistance. And now that I am asking how's the building there, how's the construction there, naturally, I think a little more donations, that will be very good. That will be very good. And I was just explaining that to the devotees, that according to our capacity of everyone, we can send some donations there, because they still are. They have done the cleaning work, dismantling that which was still remaining, and preparing everything. The bases, the foundations, and now they are building the rooms, the factual rooms. And naturally, they need some donations from all the community. So anyone desiring to participate in that sense and to send them some donations, that will be much appreciated. And I was just saying that Srila Acharya Maharaj stayed there, and he felt very at home in that place. And Srila Govinda Maharaj also, he went there on many occasions, especially in the last years, in 2004, 2007, and it was a tumultuous event, so much attended by so many devotees, of course from Venezuela, the most part, but no less people came from many other countries around, like Colombia, Peru, Ecuador, people from Brazil, also from Brazil. Maharaj, perhaps he was there present. Estados Unidos, United States of America, and the committee, all the companions of Srila Gurudev, of Srila Govinda Maharaj, they came there. So it was a big festival.
Maharaj.
Yes.
How sweet was in Purujiti's house to take prasadam with Srila Govinda Maharaj every lunchtime.
Yes.
How sweet. Wow, how sweet. It's so beautiful you remembered us, and they would put me, because nobody wants to get too close to Gurudeva, in the lunch table, in the dining table. And then they would ask me, you sit near Gurudeva, because they didn't want someone to sit there, because the devotee is a good devotee, but he would talk too much to Gurudeva, and Gurudeva didn't like to talk too much when taking prasadam. And then I had this very hard service very hard service to sit nearby Gurudeva and taking prasadam and seeing, observing Gurudeva moving his hands like very beautiful hands. Even his hands were very aristocratic with his rings, so beautifully managing the prasadam and taking prasadam. Was a little shy because I could not eat as much as I wanted. You feel a little shy nearby your guru, And it's just, okay, they told me to sit here, let's sit here. But Gurudev was so beautiful, all the devotees around, and wonderful prasadam, wonderful prasadam. And no restriction for telita, the cheese. I love that cheese. And I remembered one day, one devotee came with telita and put over my plate, and then Gurudeva just, pointed his plate like he would do, like, tapping his plate. He wanted some cheese. Then Gurudeva tasted the cheese and he kept it aside. Then he looked at me and said, "This is goat cheese." Then I told, "You don't like?" And Gurudeva said, "No, I don't eat goat cheese." Then I didn't eat anymore. That was, if Gurudeva cannot eat, how can I eat? So I had to stop eating telita.
Which is very difficult for Maharaj, because Maharaj is very fond of cheese.
Yeah, queijolatra. Now I have to stop, Maharaj. I have to stop cheese. I can't, but I'm reducing, because, aging, you have to change the diet. But I don't know if I stopped,
I barely take some cheese nowadays. I'm just taking like a kg and a half.
More or less.
Just because they are offering. Just because they are offering, and I cannot reject.
Maharaj, I don't take cheese on Sundays.
Exactly, on Sundays. I remember when I was staying with Trivikram Maharaj there in Navadvip, sometimes they put us together, and I had the fortune to be as his roommate. And then he was always bringing some cheese from Brazil. And he always partake his cheese, and you could see how fond he was of cheese.
Yeah. And then I know now devotees, there are some restrictions about I don't know the name in English, the liquid that makes the cheese comes from the stomach of the cow. Rennet, yes. And then devotees became more aware of rennet. But, I used to take cheese to Gurudeva's veranda in Navadvip, and Gurudeva would ask me or ask Jamuna to make sandwich for me. And then tomato, oregano, cheese, melted cheese, and Gurudeva would love it. And then Gurudeva told us the best pizza ever in his life was from Houston Airport.
Houston, yes.
Houston Airport. Then why, Gurudeva, Houston Airport? Because when I bite it, make a bridge of cheese. Big bridge, like, melting mozzarella. That was very nice. So much beautiful times. Maharaj, you say it was your fortune, but I tell you, my fortune is to see your behavior. And I want to stay more with you, because how much I could change in my behavior just watching you dealing with the devotees. And this is the blessings of my Guru. And we could not understand, because at the times of Srila Govinda Maharaj, we became a little bewildered being close to Srila Govinda Maharaj, and we could not see so much the entourage, all the servants and devotees around Srila Govinda Maharaj. And then now we feel, how much we have, how much Gurudeva gave to all of you, and making you as you are now as our shelter. And I feel you are my shelter. And I don't say that flattering. I don't want throwing, we say in Brazil, throwing, I don't know how to say in English, but, empty words. I tell from my heart, like Jayashri Didi, when I see her, she's like a samurai. Just watching her, her mood with her kids. And, Praneshwari did so many years around and serving. All of you, you are all my shelter. And without you, I cannot survive. That's why I feel so important, these meetings. I cannot talk, say bad things about Brazil. I'm a bad guy. So Brazil becomes bad for me. And then having good association, I'm always feeling safe, some safe position.
Now we have here in Tikul one devotee from Brazil, one disciple of Srila Trivikram Maharaj, Anusri, and she's here. Maybe they are connected. Well, they are taking breakfast right now, but they may be connected sooner. And she arrived here. She had some problems, little problems, or some problems with the immigration, but finally they allow her to enter. And she stayed there in Mexico City for 2 days with Atula Krishna Prabhu and Isha Shakti's family. Took care of her, and she was very happy with them. And now she's with us, Anusri Devidasi, here in Tikul.
Yes, she's Nrsimha Prabhu's wife.
Yes,
the boy from the pool, the boy that Gurudeva brought to life, back to life.
Incredible, incredible that story.
Maharaj, they are my gurus. They are saving me.
Incredible. You want to tell that story?
Oh, Maharaj, that story is very heart-touching. It was devastating when I was taking prasadam, and we had like every day. You just imagine from a simple ashram's life, simple, no facility, no electricity. Electricity came like 1 week before Gurudev arrived, and was like coming from my father's house. Was something like, I don't know how to say, like it was provisory, just to have some electricity. And we had like few people coming to the ashram sometimes. Then suddenly, we had like 300 devotees taking prasadam every day. Maharaj. And then we just say, how we gonna manage this? Then one devotee stepped forward and say, I can cook, I can clean, I can do this, and then the whole team was ready to serve. It's like a miracle. This was like, you read Chaitanya Charitamrita, then you feel you are part of Chaitanya Charitamrita because someone from Chaitanya Charitamrita is in your place. And that was Srila Govinda Maharaj. And then I was taking prasadam with Nagendra Prabhu, Nrsimha Prabhu's father. I was with him, and then someone came running and told us, please come, your boy, he drowned, you need to come. Then we left the prasadam hall very fast. When I arrived at the office where the boy was laying down on the floor, I just saw a dead body. And there is no doubt when you see a dead body. It's just a dead body, and everybody can recognize a dead body. Then nobody knows what to do, no experience. Then Ananya Bhakti Didi, she took the lead. She was a dentist, and she knew the CPR. So she took the lead. She started pumping his lungs and heart. And then she told Nagendra Prabhu, when I tell you, you breathe to his mouth, blow air into his lungs through his mouth. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, breathe. And and at the same moment, someone went to Srila Govinda Maharaj's room and told him what was going on. And the person told Gurudev immediately withdraw from this realm. They could see Gurudev wasn't present anymore. He didn't spoke back. He just listened, and then he withdrew from this world. And then downstairs, the doctor was doing, and someone told, let's chant the mantra, and everybody chanting together, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, like, not happily. Was some desperate Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Everybody, maybe 20, 30 persons. Then suddenly Nrsimha Prabhu started coughing, and he came alive again and spitting water, putting water off of his lungs and coming through his mouth. Then we took to my car with his father, and we drove him to my brother's house in the town. My brother Sri Hari, where I am now, at his house now. And I told Sri Hari, please help us, because I didn't know where to take the boy. So my brother took the car. He's a fast driver, and he went to the hospital. At the hospital, the doctor said, I cannot save your boy. He's going to die. Then my brother said, and his father said, no way. So they took the car and drove maybe 70 kilometers to find another town, better town, bigger town with better hospitals. Then they entered the hospital. Immediately they took him to some room, and they took some probe, put it to his lungs, and drained all the water from his lungs. And 2 days later, the boy was running and kicking the nurses. And he just wanted to leave the place. And then we came to Gurudeva and said, Gurudeva, what happened when they came to you? And humbly, Gurudeva said, oh, the doctor saved the boy. I just went to the Lord and prayed to him. Lord, why you were taking this boy from us? We have a big party here. Now police will come. So many damage to our mission will come. But it's your boy. It belongs to you. He belongs to you. He doesn't belongs to me. But if you want to give him back, I'll be very happy. Then Krishna gave him back to us. And we used to joke with Nrsimha Prabhu that the soul from his body left, and Gurudeva blew some other soul, some Bengali soul, because he plays nice mridanga. He plays natural. He's a natural mridanga player. We used to joke with him.
What age he was at that time when that happened? What that incident happened?
It was 1 year before Gurudeva. When he went to Mexico, 99, right? It was 98. September 98. Nrsimha Prabhu was 2 years and a half. Then, when he was 22 and a half, he came back to visit the ashram. He's a guitar player. He doesn't know anything about Krishna consciousness. He's living his own life. Then he stays at the ashram 2-3 days, and now he stays 5 years, and he became the right hand, left hand, the legs of the ashram. He runs all the programs with Anushri. It's a miracle, another Gurudeva's miracle. And Maharaj is very pious man, very pious.
He must be. Definitely. He must be.
Yeah.
To have the grace of Srila Govinda Maharaj in such a way to have come to life again and to be at the feet of the Vaishnavas and serving the mission there under your care and Rohini Shakti and serving the deities. Maharaj, he must be.
Maharaj, he's amazing. He's amazing, hard-working boy, very shy, very discreet. He doesn't talk anything about anyone. He's a sadhu. He's amazing. He's not an ordinary person. And I'm so happy Gurudeva gave him to the ashram, because we all need association. And he's a nice association.
When we think about him, we think about this Sharanga Thakur story, there in Navadvip. That devotee, old devotee, who was taking care of his deities, and the deity requested him that you are very old now, you cannot do the service. You must have some disciples. And then he went to the Ganges River, and there was some dead body, and he woke him again to the life and made him his disciple.
Yes, he said
that is story of Nrsimha Prabhu is like, as you said, as you described it very beautifully, very astounding. At the age of 2.5 years, And later on, he comes back, at his 20 years old, and becomes the pujari, the servant, the associate of Trivikram Maharaj. What a story. Puri Maharaj, he arrived already. Puri Maharaj, Dandavat, Puri Maharaj.
Dandavat Maharaj.
Dandavat. Maharaj, tienes tu micrófono.
Oh, Dandavat, Sri Ravati Kusumasra Maharaj, Trivikram Maharaj, Dandavat.
Dandavat Puri Maharaj.
Estamos escuchando. We were here hearing the story of that amazing story. Like from the scriptures. Sometimes we are reading scriptures, but so many of these things we saw personally. No, it happened there.
Saranga Murari? He was Saranga Murari?
Yes, Sharanga Murari, Sharanga Thakur. Then his disciple became known as Sharanga Murari. Yes. But this story which Trivikram Maharaj is telling us, it's something which happened, and as he describes, by the grace of Srila Govinda Maharaj.
This is Saranga Thakur Brazilian.
Exactly. Right there, no, it happened right there in that ashram, at the occasion of the visit of Srila Govinda Maharaj, and some incident which may have turned out to be a disgrace, a tragedy, and just became like a revelation, like a revealed scripture, like walking evidence of the grace of the Vaishnavas. And now that boy, 20 years later, comes to the same ashram, not knowing so much of anything, as Maharaj described, and now he's becoming like the head pujari, the right hand, the legs, the extremely beautiful servitor. No? So his wife, I was mentioning all these things came because I mentioned that his wife, Anusri, now is here in Tikul. No? Is visiting us. She is here in Tikul. And just to think, that they are such a couple and that she is the wife of Nrsimhadev Das. Huh?
Yes, they got married the first time they saw each other. Finished. They got married like immediately. It was an instant, like Maggi Noodles, was an instant married. They saw each other and she never more left. And she's very helpful worshiping the deity, making garlands, and even giving good classes. She gives good classes, he gives good classes. They became nice mridanga players, because in Brazil, we would play mridanga very, very ugly. Nobody knew how to play mridanga. Every country, they knew how to play mridanga, and we could not play mridanga. Then the last time I was in Mexico, I learned something from Kumar. Kumar from Mexico City.
Krishna Kumar.
I learned it from him something, mridanga. Then I told Nrsimha Prabhu, you need to learn mridanga, because he was a guitar player. And now he plays mridanga beautifully. Just watching Sadhu Priya's classes on YouTube. And Anushree also plays mridanga, and they have classes, mridanga and kirtan classes every Sunday. They are teaching for Brazilian devotees how to play kartals, how to play mridanga, how to sing the songs. They are real sweet association for me.
Now, I don't know if you or maybe some they have already heard, but we have Janardhan Maharaj with COVID, with Omicron. And I spoke with him, with Maharaj, and his voice was sounding very congested with phlegms, with mucus, and but he's feeling well. He said he has not got temperature, fever, only like that mucus and a little sore throat. Then the doctor, he consulted immediately the doctor, and the doctor saw him and said not to worry and just stay there at the ashram. So yesterday, our regular Spanish-speaking class that he gave on Saturdays, he was not able to do. He contacted some of us. He requested Acharya Ratna to make that he was not going to be able to attend. But today he said he was going to do as much as possible for him to attend the meeting, our meeting today. So we hope he can, in a few more moments, he can also come and attend the meeting here with all of you. These are the latest news. I asked Maharaj, how you got this coronavirus, how you got this Omicron. Say, well, here in the ashram we have many different cases of Omicron, so I also got it. This is what is happening now, at least in Mexico and in the United States, this new form of coronavirus. I don't know how is the condition everywhere in other countries, but here in Mexico they have started a lot of people infected with the new form of COVID-19. And it is said it is not so violent like the other ones, but it's very easy to transmit, very easy to get contagious, to become infected with it. And yes, many, they are giving always, no, since the pandemic started, they are giving this, how do you say, these numbers, the statistics to know how many people have been infected, how many people have died, and like that, no, like they do. And naturally, the amount of people getting infected at present is greater than the previous time when we were getting infected also. But fortunately, they say has not become so violent like the previous one. So that is a small news on Srila Janardhan Maharaj. I'm going to call him. Puri Maharaj, what are the news?
No, good news. The same thing. Some devotees in the ashram was infected. Harivalabha Prabhu and Madhava Prasad. They are not coming today for the program.
Recently?
Yeah. Well, the Harivalabha was the last 10 days. And now he is recovering. And the Wednesday, the last Wednesday was Madhava Prasad. They are feeling better, but they prefer to stay away from the temple for this week.
Well, that is good. I mean that they stay there at home and don't make say infect other devotees. The last
Thursday and Friday, Revati was with high fever, but now she is feeling better. So she got the second shot of the basin. I think that was the reaction for that.
Dandava Pranam, Srila Puri Maharaj.
Dandava,
Sila Kuswara Maharaj, quería informarle que hoy nos comentaron que la salud de Yayapataka Swami está bastante mejor. Y ya salió pues de la ¿cómo es?
De la situación más delicada, de la urgencia, de la crítica.
Exacto, sí, que ya está estable. Entonces, pues, dentro de poco creo que le van a dar de alta.
Ramanuja Prabhu is mentioning, he also mentioned yesterday to us that he had received some news that one of the leaders in ISKCON, Jayapataka Maharaj, Srila Jayapataka Maharaj, one of the senior persons there in the institution, which resides there, right there in Mayapur, in the temple, the Sri Chaitanya Chandrodaya Mandir. He was sick and he was, accepted in the hospital because he was in a very delicate condition of health. And now he's giving us the devotees in ISKCON, they were giving the news to everyone to pray and for his health, for his well-being. So today he's giving us good news, and he said the health of Jayapataka Maharaj, Srila Jayapataka Maharaj, is getting better. Very good. And I just talked with Srila Janardhan Maharaj. He will appear in any moment. Gracias.
Este se lo hizo Sri Amar.
Okay. Gracias, muy amable. Then, very good to have this news, because yesterday the news were not so positive about his health. I'm referring to Jayapataka Maharaj from ISKCON.
Mis Dandavats Maharaj, un gusto grato saludarlos a todos. Dandavats.
Dandavats Srivas, Prabhu.
Dandavats por acá en el Chaytanya Saraswat más Veracruz. Dandavats.
Dandavats. ¿Te pareces al tal Iván?
Tal Iván.
Dandavats. Me gusta mucho verlos. Dandavats Trivikram Maharaj, Dandavats Puri Maharaj, Dandavats Bhakti Kusumara Maharaj.
We have also here Sadhu Maharaj.
Dandavats Sadhu Maharaj.
Dandavats Srivas.
Dandavats Srila Puri Maharaj, Dandavats Sadhu Maharaj, Dandavats Trivikram Maharaj, Dandavats devotees.
¿Cómo estás?
Todo bien, Maharaj, alegre de verlos a todos.
Qué bien.
Asher Maharaj, yo no puedo quedarme por todo el meeting. Yo todavía tengo que volver para el ashram. Okay. I have to go back to the ashram. I have to take the road, and it's not a short drive. So I'll take your leave. Mucho gusto en ver todos los devotos reunidos en el meeting. Y mis dandavat pranams a todos ustedes. Yo espero estarnos juntos una vez más el próximo domingo. I hope next Sunday I'll be part again of the... now Srila Janardhan Maharaj arrived. Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat. Jai Sri Bhakti Pavan Asra Maharaj, Janardhan Maharaj ki jai.
Jai Maharaj ki jai. Jai Sri Janardhan Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
Jai Bhakti Kusham Puri Maharaj ki jai.
Super
Bhakti Vijay Trivikram.
¡Feliz cumpleaños, Maharaj!
Huh?
¡Feliz! Tarara, te deseamos a ti. Tarara, ¡cumpleaños, Janata Maharaj! ¡Cumpleaños feliz!
Oh,
Bravo, bravo.
I have a nice birthday present. I have COVID.
Dandavats, Maharaj, it's the first time I'm hearing a happy birthday song in Spanish. It's so wonderful to hear that. And happy birthday, Maharaj.
Dandavats.
Dandavats, Maharaj.
Happy first birthday, because the second one is in February, the 5th, right?
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Maharaj.
I
Happy
was born twice.
We will sing
Twice
for you in
born,
Tamil.
exactly. A Brahmana, twice born.
Hoy su cumpleaños le tienes que decir feliz cumpleaños.
Maybe we'll sing for you in Tamil that time.
How is everybody?
Maharaj, I was just saying I have to go. I have to take the road going back to the ashram. I'm in my brother's house on the beach. So 1 week I'm going back today, so I cannot delay too much because I have traffic and a long road.
Okay, I just want to say one thing before you go.
Okay.
That we have been meeting with the Primary Trust Board, and that is to help govern the mission, especially in India. And several things is recently, like last Sunday, well, first of all, the Acharya board originally consisted of 7 persons, but of course Acharya Marsh was the president of the Primary Trust Board, and as we know, he's unfortunately departed. And then Goswami Marsh resigned, and also Madhusuda Marsh resigned, and Avadut Marsh didn't resign, but he doesn't come to meetings. And last Sunday, we also, by vote of the 3 out of the 4 remaining Primary Trust Board, that is Ashram Marsh, Mangal Marsh, and myself, Avadut Marsh wasn't at the meeting, we chose Bhakti Tilak Niriha Marsh to join the Primary Trust Board. So now we are 5 persons, and one of the members is Niriha Marsh. And we also wish to tell everyone that obviously that Shanta Marsh, he's not the Acharya of our mission, he's not the Acharya of anything, except in his own brain, he's the Acharya of something. But it's not the Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Matth. But what I would say is, Acharya Marsh used to say that somebody has the right to initiate, but not within the Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Matth. So Acharya Marsh, he's entitled to initiate. He helped Acharya Marsh, and he can initiate persons, but not within our mission, not within the Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Matth. So that I can say to you before you go to your travel, Trivikram Marsh. But that was decided. So, and the Primary Trust Board, that is the instrument that Govinda Marsh created for governing the mission, especially in India. And the Acharya Board is something different. The Acharya Board is to consult with the Acharyas and discuss spiritual matters. But this is a matter of administration or governing the society. And that is the Primary Trust Board which Govinda Marsh created. So that's there. We have one site. I don't. Acharya Ratna, are you here?
Yes, Maharaj, I'm here.
Okay, so you can put the link into the chat.
Maharaj. Yes, Maharaj.
There are a few mistakes in the English.
Yeah, I know, Maharaj.
But it doesn't matter. Still, we will correct that, but people can understand what is going on by reading that, what has been, every Sunday we are meeting along with Mangal Maharaj, and last week we met also with Niriha Maharaj, and also, who is the other person who joined us, Ram Sundar?
Yes, Ramasundar. He was making the translation because Niriha Maharaj, his English at present, it is not like full developed, and then he needs some better for him to speak in Hindi. So Ramasundar Prabhu was making that translation or translating assistance, and he will mention what Trivikrama, what Niriha Maharaj was mentioning, and also expressing to him what we were saying in English.
Okay, so that's the news. We want to definitely say that if anyone was confused, that Shanta Maharaj, he's not the Acharya. Nobody chose him as the Acharya. He chose himself. So
never ever he can be. Never ever. Because he is no full disciple of Acharya Dev. Srila Govinda Maharaj says, if one can be considered for a successor, must be full disciple. First initiation, second, and sannyas. And he is a Swarup Damodar disciple. And only he took sannyas from Acharya Dev. He can never be the Acharya, the successor. Never.
All right, but
my question is, how can you avoid him to give initiation inside our mission if he's already doing?
He's doing, but he's not. Acharya Maharaj said anyone can be guru, but not within our mission. He may say he's in our mission, and he may be occupying, he may be staying in Nishingapali by some illegal means, but that doesn't mean that he's initiating within our mission.
Yeah, I heard he gave initiation in London.
He gave initiation to one boy whose parents were confused, and both his mother and his sister, that boy, they're my disciples, and they called and they spoke to me, and the man is very nice. He's very simple-hearted. He's Nitai. His name is Nitai Chandra, I believe.
Nitai Chand?
Huh?
Nitai Chand?
Chandra, I believe. And anyway, he apologized. He said he felt very, very foolish and he was confused because he talked with Shanta Maharaj, and Shanta Maharaj made some illusion with him, and he was confused. But now he apologized and said that is obviously, and his wife, whose name is Karuna Sundari, she was very upset with her husband, and she said, I don't want my son to be initiated by Shanta Maharaj. So if I am not, my idea or my business is not to speak against somebody. I will not speak against their guru to them. But I don't have to talk to a young boy. I think he was 7. I don't know how old he is. He's maybe 8 or something. But his parents now thinking that his initiation was foolishness, and I don't believe they're going to follow it.
As this Bengali say, you think you are guru, you are guru.
Oh, I don't know. That means cow.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, that's the news. And yes.
Okay, Maharaj. My Dandavat pranams to you. My Dandavat pranams to Srila Ashra Maharaj, Srila Puri Maharaj, Sadhu Maharaj, Acharya Ratna Prabhu, Hriday Krishna Prabhu, Praneshwari Didi, Jaya Shri Didi, and all the devotees, Ramanuja Prabhu, all my friends, my Dandavat pranams, and I hope to be here again with you all next Sunday.
Dandavat pranams.
Shukra Maharaj, it was a pleasure to have you here. Dandavat Maharaj.
Pranams, Maharaj.
Dandava Pranam Dandava Pranam Maharaj.
Dandava.
So I'm a little late joining, as I mentioned. About 6 days ago, I tested positive for COVID, so I guess I have COVID. And have some cough and sneezing and sore throat. That is the new variety of COVID.
That you still have the wonderful sense of humor, and you're dynamic, and you are going to be very well very soon, Maharaj.
I feel almost half well now.
Genio y figura hasta la sepultura.
¿Ah?
Es un dicho, genio y figura hasta la sepultura. Así eres y así te quedas y así mueres.
Bueno, y me digan.
Feliz cumpleaños, Maharaj. Dandavas.
Dandavas. ¿Quién habla?
Krishna Kinkara.
Krishna Kinkara, ¿cómo estás?
Bien, ¿y usted?
Pues aquí chambeando. Gusto en verte, Krishna Kinkara.
Que se mejore pronto, Maharaj.
Gracias.
Sí.
Krishna Kinkara in Morelia. Very nice. He's very nice. Very intelligent. A young boy, but very intelligent.
Dandava, Janardhan Maharaj, Puri Maharaj, Ashram Maharaj, and todos, all the devotees. Feliz cumpleaños.
Dandava, gracias.
Muy, very, very happy to see you back in business.
Alguni, how are you?
Good, I'm good. I'm super happy to see you and see all the devotees. I'm always looking forward for these classes. Sometimes I arrive late, but it's always good to have all your association.
Dandavas Palguni Didi. Dandavas.
Dandavas. Que se mejore pronto.
Gracias.
Dandava Maharaj.
Dandava.
Acá. Dandava a todos. En verdad, creo que esta enfermedad de la pandemia, todo el mundo tiene que pasarla. Hay que mantener el sistema inmunológico alto y seguir adelante, porque imagínate, a mí me dio y yo pregunté, pues me hice la prueba y cuando llamé me dijeron, sí tienes estás positivo. Entonces el señor me dice, pero estás trabajando. Sí, no, entonces no estás positivo. ¿Cómo es eso? Si estoy trabajando no tengo y si no estoy trabajando sí tengo. Y pum, me colgó. Yo en verdad ya ahora no me hago nada, simplemente sigo adelante.
No.
Hay que tener mente positiva y el sistema inmunológico bien alto.
All right.
Son muchas cosas calientes, mucho jengibre con eso. Bornita. Dandava Pranam Maharaj. Feliz cumpleaños.
Dandava, gracias.
Does
Does anyone have any question?
I have a petition. The reading today is only 2 short pages. Can we do the reading, please?
Okay.
It's only 2 pages.
Can you read it?
Acharya Ratna can
All right.
share it on the screen. Yeah, and Ashra Maharaj is still here, and Puri Maharaj also. Any of us can read it, Maharaj. I know you cannot force your voice, of course.
Un segundo, ya lo estoy compartiendo.
It's only 2 pages, so it's really very short.
Tell
But
me
it's to keep the sequence.
which pages.
We are still on Guidance 1, page 99, and the chapter is A Sadhu's Character.
Okay. Someone will read in English.
Yes, I don't know if Ashra Maharaj is available. No, he's having prasad. But Jai Shri can read it. Jai Shri is here.
I don't have, Dandavats Didi, I don't have the book here.
No, Acharya Radha is going to share it on the screen so you can read it on the screen.
Okay, I'll do that. Nardan Maharaj, you must take some rasam.
Some what?
Rasam. This is the Indian soup.
Yeah, and nobody here is from South India, so I cannot get any rasam, but I can make some soup.
It says it helps in fight COVID. Okay, I have the thing here. A sadhu's character. A sadhu should be humble, tolerant, and give honors to others. Chanad ati sunichena tharor iva sahishnuna amanina manadena kritaniya sadahari. One who is humbler than a blade of grass, more tolerant than a tree, who gives honor to others without desiring it for himself, is qualified to always chant the holy name of Krishna. This is from Chайтанья Charitamrita. Once a sadhu was sitting on the bank of the Ganges when he saw a scorpion going towards the Ganges, where it was sure to die. He caught the scorpion and kept it in a safe place. While he was doing it, the scorpion stung him. Soon it again started moving towards the Ganges. So the sadhu picked it up and kept it in a safe place again. It repeated many times, maybe 10 to 12 times. And every time the sadhu did, the scorpion stung him. A man was passing by and seeing this thought, what is going on there? Is this sadhu crazy? What is he doing? He came to the sadhu and asked him, Oh sadhu, what are you doing? Have you lost your mind? You saved this insect from death. It stings you, but still again and again you keep saving it. What is this? The sadhu replied to the man, my character is to protect those who are going in the wrong way. Why should I change my character if this scorpion cannot change its character? It is necessary to have such quality. Somebody may do something wrong, but still we must correct them. There is also another story. There was a sadhu who would go every day to bathe in the Ganges after the Mangal Arati, morning worship. Once after the sadhu had finished his bathing, some naughty boys of that area threw cow dung at him. The sadhu had to bathe again. When he finished bathing for the second time, the boy threw some mud at him and the sadhu had to bathe again. Time after time, the boy kept disturbing the sadhu. He threw some dog's stool, monkey stool, and even some men's stool at him, and every time the sadhu went to bathe again. The boy could see that the sadhu did not say anything. He only silently went to bathe again. So finally he cried to him, but why? Why are you not becoming angry? Why are you not saying anything to me? I have disturbed you so many times, but you only go and bathe again. You did not disturb me. Actually, you did me good. What? Every day I bathe only once, but today I had to bathe 10 times. So today, one day, I have got 10 times more sukun. This is my benefit. Can you see? Now, this is an example of tolerance.
Jai, Jai Sri.
Very nice.
Sí, Padre Puri Maharaj, si pudiera leer, por favor.
Un sadhu debe ser humilde, tolerante y dar honor a los demás. Trinad api sunichena daroriva saishnuna amanina madadya kirtaniya sadahari. Aquel que es más humilde que una brizna de hierba, más tolerante que un árbol, que le da honor a los demás sin desearlo para sí mismo, está calificado para cantar siempre el santo nombre de Cristo. ¿Puedes subir la página, por favor? Aquel que es más humilde que una brizna de hierba, más tolerante que un árbol, que le da honor a los demás sin desearlo para sí mismo, está calificado para cantar siempre el santo nombre de Krishna. Una vez un sadhu estaba sentado a orillas del Ganges. De repente vio un escorpión yendo hacia el Ganges, donde él moriría. Capturó al escorpión y colocó en un lugar seguro. Mientras lo hacía, el escorpión lo picó. Pronto este empezó a moverse hacia el Ganges, así que el sadhu lo recogió y lo puso en un lugar seguro de nuevo. Esto se repitió muchas veces, quizás 10 o 12 veces, y cada vez que el sadhu lo hacía, el escorpión lo picaba. Un hombre estaba pasando y viendo esto pensó, ¿qué está pasando allí? ¿Está loco este sadhu? ¿Qué está haciendo? Se acercó al sadhu y le preguntó, oh sadhu, ¿qué estás haciendo? Pues subir la página, por favor.
Donde dice, has perdido la cabeza.
Acharya Radhana Prabhu, ¿puedes subir la página, por favor?
Maharaj, si está viendo, Maharaj, ya la subí. Maharaj.
Un hombre estaba pasando y viendo esto pensó, ¿qué está pasando allí? ¿Está loco ese sadhu? ¿Qué está haciendo? Se acercó al sadhu y le preguntó, oh sadhu, ¿qué estás haciendo? Has perdido la cabeza. Salva a este escorpión de la muerte, te pica, pero aún así, una y otra vez sigues. ¿Qué es esto? El sadhu le respondió al hombre, mi carácter es proteger a aquellos que están yendo en el camino equivocado. ¿Por qué debo cambiar mi carácter si este escorpión no puede cambiar su carácter? Es necesario tener tal cualidad. Alguien puede hacer algo equivocado, pero aún así debemos corregirlo. Hay también otra historia. Había un sadhu que iba todos los días a bañarse en el Ganges después de Mongol Arctic. La adoración de mañana. Una vez después que el sadhu había finalizado su baño, algún niño travieso del área le arrojó posta de vaca. El sadhu tuvo que bañarse de nuevo. Cuando terminó de bañarse por segunda vez, el niño le arrojó un poco de lodo y el sadhu tuvo que bañarse de nuevo. Una y otra vez, el niño siguió perturbando al sadhu. Le arrojó algo de excremento de perro, excremento de mono e incluso algo de excremento de hombre. Y cada vez el sadhu iba a bañarse de nuevo. El niño pudo ver que el sadhu no le decía nada. Solamente iba en silencio a bañarse. Nuevamente, así que finalmente el niño gritó, ¿pero qué está pasando? ¿Por qué no estás enojado? ¿Por qué no me estás diciendo nada? Te he perturbado tantas veces, pero solo vas a bañarte de nuevo. Tú no me perturbas, de hecho, me haces un bien. ¿Qué? Todo el día me he bañado solo, todos los días me baño sola una vez, pero hoy he tenido que bañarme 10 veces. Así que hoy he obtenido 10 veces más sukriti. Ese es mi beneficio. ¿Pueden verlo ahora? Ese es un ejemplo de tolerancia.
Jai Puri Maharaj ki.
Jaya Sri Didi, Jai.
Puri Maharaj, si quiere comentar sobre la lectura.
Bueno, Srila Govinda Maharaj dice que ser humilde es fácil, ser tolerante es difícil. Y lo más importante es aprender a tolerar. De la humildad inclusive uno puede hacer un show, pero de la tolerancia no. Y tolerar quiere decir pues aceptar a la otra persona tal como es. Así como este sadhu está tolerando las picadas del escorpión. La naturaleza del escorpión es atacar, pero la naturaleza de un sadhu es proteger, es ayudar, es salvar. Entonces, así como el escorpión no abandona su naturaleza, uno no debe abandonar su naturaleza. Perdón, lo estoy haciendo en español. Si lo hago en inglés, bueno, va a ser lo mismo, pero más lento.
It's better for you to speak in English.
Once I remember when I was in Shingapali, and Srila Acharya Dev had collected rice and potatoes for work, but after the COVID, all these religious programs was cancelled by government. And Srila Acharya Dev ordered us, Vishnu Maharaj, to pack some baked potatoes and rice and distribute on the neighborhood. And once Acharya Dev came in his truck and he put some sacks of rice and potatoes and went to Mayapur, and he started distributing to all those in Mayapur and Navadvip. And also he went to Chайтанья Сарасват and gave some rice and some potatoes to them. And he was like, I was thinking that they are like scorpions. They are beaten to Acharya Dev, but still Acharya Dev don't give up. He not serve. When Acharya Dev came back, I told him, Maharaj, this is like to give milk to the snake. And Srila Acharya Dev says, it could appear like that, but I cannot avoid. Srila Govinda Maharaj asked me to take care of his temple, his mission, and his deities, and I cannot avoid my service. And this is the fact. The real sadhu, even is against to him, but he cannot avoid his nature. The nature of Acharya Dev was to serve. even that these people was like enemies. They was trying to kill him, but still Acharya avoid his nature. And I consider this is a good example for us. I don't know if Janarda Maharaj or Asra Maharaj want to say something here.
All right. Well, these stories about, by the way, do you say scorpion or do you say alacran?
Both, scorpion or alacran, the same thing.
Okay.
Synonym.
All right. Anyway, these examples of the character of a sadhu, they are like meant to illustrate a point. The fact that now that today we see some different examples than what is given in these incidents or stories. For instance, we would see that in Navadip, Govinda Maharaj and the devotees, they would have machines to eliminate the mosquitoes. These mosquitoes were very annoying, and so they have machines to give out some vapor that kill the mosquitoes. So somebody could say, well, in the story we heard from Acharya Maharaj, his nature of the sadhu was to be bitten over and over again. Or the other example of the sadhu is that the boy threw stool on him many times, and he went and bathed. So it's illustrating a point. But you would not see Govinda Maharaj or Acharya Maharaj or Ashram Maharaj for that nature, or Puri Maharaj. They would not exactly behave in this manner. If a scorpion was there, they would not just move him over and over again out of danger, maybe, or not in their own hand anyway. So the idea is that you're supposed to learn from the story, but it is not something that, oh, you have to imitate that behavior. Imitating will not make you a sadhu. The nature of a sadhu is what is explained here. Trinadapi sunichena taror iva sahisnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. And Govinda Maharaj, this is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sikshastika. And this is really what is the sadhu. The sadhu is one who is more humble than the straw in the street, more tolerant than a tree, and able to give respect to others without asking for respect in return. And we saw that Govinda Maharaj preached this, spoke about this everywhere he went. And it was also Govinda Maharaj's nature that he was a very humble Vaishnava. I see also Ashram Maharaj, from my vision of him, he is a very humble Vaishnava. Puri Maharaj also. And they're very tolerant. So I believe this is showing the example of what is a sadhu. The story is to illustrate a point. But no one is going to behave exactly like that story. If somebody throws stool on someone 10, 12 times, they're not just going to go keep washing their cloth or washing themselves in the Ganges. This is to illustrate a point. But the real nature, Srila Guru Maharaj, he says, for instance, he says, that one should show respect to others. Does that mean that if a dog is going into the temple, the devotee should say, "Oh, Mr. Dog, you're most welcome here. I'm giving you all respect. Please go into the temple"? No. We see that the devotee will think that the dog should not be in the temple, and he will chase the dog out. And we did that many times. Many times in Navadvip, we chased dogs out of the Nat Mandir or away from Tulsi when we were doing. So the story will illustrate the character of a sadhu, that he's very tolerant and he's very humble. That the story shows. But we see the real quality of devotees, and I'm seeing in our present circumstances, we see that, for me, like Ashram Maharaj, I've known him, 40 years, maybe more. And for me, Ashram Maharaj, his behavior is very exemplary. And all the devotees have much love and respect for him. So to me, this shows what it means to be a sadhu is someone who shows by their own example. I would not think of myself as a sadhu. I would think of myself as not being a sadhu. Once my mother spoke to me, and I told this before, she said, "You do not seem like us. You never become angry." Meaning in my family, people would become angry. They had a sense of a temper. They would become angry at something. And my mother said, "You are not like us. You do not become angry." But she could only say that because she no longer lived with me, and she didn't see me. I become angry. I'm like the rest of everybody else. I would become angry if something was wrong. So, still, we are trying to live by the principles of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Why is this important? Kirtaniya Sadahari. If you develop this kind of character, then you can always chant the holy name. That is the important result. When Govinda Maharaj went to Colombia in South America, he spoke on television, and he said, "If you will adopt these qualities," he said, he said on television, "Your country has all the resources of nature, has nice sunshine, nice weather, nice atmosphere, fruits and flowers, and everything is growing from the earth very abundantly. Now, if you will just add this, Trinada Pisunichena Taror Iva Sahisnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari." And Govinda Maharaj explained on the television what this meant. He asked that the Colombians please just try to add this quality, and your country will be even better. So this is the character of the sadhu. I'm sure the character of the sadhu who is helping the scorpion, the character of the person who is educating the small boy, that is a good example of a sadhu. But every one of us in our mission, I know so many good examples of sadhus. And Acharya Maharaj was a good example of a sadhu. And many of you are also good examples by your behavior. And we can all learn. We can all learn by seeing these examples. But it is the teaching of Mahaprabhu that we are interested in everyone will develop. Ashram Maharaj, ¿quieres hablar algo? tiene sonido.
Digo que no está muy bien cubierto, Maharaj, el tema, lo que han dicho, ¿verdad? Tanto Puri Maharaj como esto último que has mencionado tú, me parece muy bien. Muy bien.
I have this COVID now 6 or 7 days, so I cannot spread it to any of you by internet. You're safe. You won't get COVID. Already 5-6 days have passed.
Thank you for protecting us.
Dandava Maharaj.
Dandava.
Gaura Chandra Prabhu, Dandavas.
Dandava Puri Maharaj, Dandava Asa Maharaj, Dandava Janardana Maharaj. How happy to see you.
Dandavas, Gaura Chandra Prabhu.
Dandava Janardana Maharaj, Dandavas Maharaj, Puri Maharaj. Dandavas para todos los devotos. Hare Krishna.
Raganuga, Dandavas.
Jai Maharaj, Dandavas.
Raganuga, you just got out of the shower? You have some shower hat on.
Maharaj is cooking now. It's cooking. Yes, sir. Estamos cocinando acá para la fiesta hoy de domingo, Maharaj.
¿Viste a Vaishnavi?
No, Maharaj, no.
Vaishnavi y todos sus hijos están en Medellín.
No, Maharaj, acá no han venido todavía.
Pues sí, está allí. Aparentemente vive en Medellín su hijo Shyam Sundar.
El que estuvo por acá en estos días fue Narayan, el hijo del devoto Hari Kirtan. Estuvo acá en el festival.
Vaishnavi es la mamá de él y vive en California y ahora está en Medellín, porque era el cumpleaños de uno de sus hijos que vive en Medellín.
Shyam Sundar.
¿Y cuánto hace?
Ella llegó el miércoles pasado a Medellín.
Hoy es el cumpleaños de Shyam Sundar y sus hermanos como Saki Charan y su esposa Rebecca y también su hermano Narayan y su madre Vaishnavi. Vaishnavi estaba casada con Hari Kirtan. Todos ellos están, no Hari Kirtan, pero Vaishnavi y sus ¿cuántos hijos?
3 hombres.
Tres hombres están en Medellín.
Sí, y Narayan sí estuvo Maharaj con otros devotos. Estuvieron en la fiesta del desarrollo de Govinda Maharaj.
Bueno,
cuando estuvo el Prabhu Ramachandra, Mohini, que vinieron de allá de Soquel, ellos estuvieron acá, estuvieron en el festival. Y hoy estamos aquí alistando la fiesta, Maharaj, para los devotos, para los invitados, ¿no?
Sí, pero hoy es también el cumpleaños de su hijo, Shyam Sundar.
Sí, no sabíamos, Maharaj, no sabíamos.
Vamos a hacer estas pastas para el templo. Vámonos.
No.
Bueno, alguna cosa, de todas maneras, ya Narayan sabe el templo. Yo lo invité para que próximos programas, si estaban en Medellín, pues esta es la casa de los devotos, ¿no?
Te pasé el número de Vaishnavi, ¿tú la puedes contactar por WhatsApp?
Claro, Maharaj. Perfecto, Maharaj.
Está en el chat. Puse en el chat.
Ok, Maharaj. Perfecto. O inclusive ahora yo lo llamo por el interno, Maharaj.
Ok.
Sí. Yo le llamo porque queremos los devotos cantarle algo. Aprovechando igualmente, desearle un feliz día Sakuya, que Gurudeva, que sus señorías lo bendigan con larga vida, con sanación, que eso que tiene ahora sea pasajero. Lo necesitamos, toda nuestra comunidad del Chaitanya Saraswat en el mundo lo necesitamos. Sano Maharaj, queremos su asociación y queremos que este Darshan, los domingos, presidido por usted, podamos disfrutarlo Maharaj durante muchos años más. Un feliz Desapuya y lo queremos unos Dandavas Maharaj y para usted y para toda la comunidad.
Dandavas Janardhan Maharaj, happy birthday to you. Maharaj, I'm glad to hear, I mean all of us are glad to hear that Niraya Maharaj is now a board member with the Acharya board and he's been...
Not the Acharya board, the primary trust.
Primary trust, that's nice Maharaj.
The primary trust board is supposed to engage in the management of India. And we can also say, the primary trust board, we can say what is also of importance to India. Many of the devotees, they don't want to follow Shanta Maharaj, and it is necessary even persons who originally were with Shanta Maharaj are against him now. So primary trust board can speak to the devotees of India. Many of the devotees in India, they asked that Niraya Maharaj will be on the primary trust board. And also, Ashram Maharaj also spoke, and he wanted Niraya Maharaj, and we all want Niraya Maharaj. But the devotees in India asked that Niraya Maharaj would be a member of the primary trust board.
Yes, Maharaj, that's a great news. And I'm just thinking, how can also internationally we support Niraya Maharaj, show our support to him, so that, it's all well established all round that he can help to manage the Indian mission locally in India. Since Santa Maharaj has taken everything illegally on his side now.
So Acharya Ratna, okay.
Yes, Maharaj.
Okay, already Acharya Ratna has put the
link.
the web page of the primary trust board. He already put in the chat, and we want that people will be able to read this, what is on the primary trust board, because it will explain things. And we are meeting every Sunday. Actually, Sunday night, Sunday evening for us, but it is Monday morning for India. We are meeting in about 10 hours. We will meet, and you can read on the page of the primary trust board what is happening, because that one devotee who originally was confused, and his son took initiation from Shanta Maharaj, and later he said he felt very ashamed that happened, and he's a very nice devotee. He's very nice. He just became confused because he said, I thought that Shanta Maharaj was the Acharya, and I said, no, he's not the Acharya of he's not the Acharya of this mission. Then he said, where can I read or understand? Where can devotees read or understand what is going on? And I said, well, we want people to be able to read what is happening with the primary trust board. Then they will know what is going on what is going on with the management of this mission.
Maharaj, can this be also put on Facebook and blasted everywhere so that
people are more
aware?
Yeah, but
everyone can share it. You can share it on your Facebook, and everyone can share it as well. It will become just like viral.
If Acharya Rana Prabhu can take a lead, and then we all can
share from his
tag
side.
us, and then the leaders and everybody else can share it. I think that will be important.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's not use the word viral.
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't use it.
Okay.
But you can copy what is there. I mean, the English has to be corrected because it has some mistakes in it, you know, because Acharya Ratna, his native language is Spanish, and he is writing the English. So there are a few mistakes we will correct. But you can copy it to your Facebook or whatever you want. But it is just in the beginning stages now. We have had 5, 6, 7 meetings like this, and we're trying to go ahead. But as I said, what is happening there is mentioned.
It's a lot of celebration today because it's your birthday. It's also Niriha Maharaj Sannyas Day, and it's also Mahaprabhu Sannyas Day. So it's such a beautiful day.
Okay, I was under. I believe that Mahaprabhu Sannyas Day is on the 15th. Today is the 16th.
We are in the 15th, Maharaj.
You are?
Oh,
No,
we are 16.
You're almost on the 17th.
Yes, we are on the 17th.
Yeah, Mahaprabhu left. That should also have been mentioned. Everyone should know. Mahaprabhu left Navadip on the 13th. The 13th was, for us, was a Ekadasi. I don't know about other places, but that was on
On Thursday.
Thursday. And in the nighttime, and during the daytime, all the devotees came to see Mahaprabhu. They did not know he was going to leave Navadip, but by the divine arrangement, they all came to see Mahaprabhu and were with Mahaprabhu during the daytime. And in the evening, Kolavecha Sridhar brought Mahaprabhu a lal, like a pumpkin, and Sachi Mata made kheer from it. And then Mahaprabhu took that. And in the evening, so on the 13th in the evening, he left Navadip and went to Katwa. And Mother Sachi was standing in the doorway like a statue. She could not move. And then the devotees came in the morning, and she told them, "You devotees, you can take possession of this house." And so she was very devastated. Mahaprabhu went to Katwa, and 5 persons were with him, or knew of it. 4 persons were with him, but Mother Sachi also knew. Who were those 4 persons? Was Nityananda Prabhu? Was it?
Nityananda Prabhu, Jagadananda, Mukunda. I don't know if Chandrasekhar arrived later on.
Maybe Chandanacharya?
Acharya Ratna? You mean Acharya Ratna?
No. Let me see.
Chandrasekhar was the one who conducted the ceremony.
So people were debating or arguing. They wanted to destroy Keshavarati's ashram. They said, if you give this person sannyas, we will tear your ashram down. So I'm trying to see who the 4 persons were. Oh God. Anyway, on the 15th, there was arguing, and many people didn't want Mahaprabhu to take sannyas because his hair is so beautiful, and they're thinking, oh, why should this? They're saying, like, this is the mood also of Bhakti Vinod Thakur, that they don't want to see Mahaprabhu as a sannyasi. They want to see him as being with them. And he is on our altar. He is not worshipped as a sannyasi. He is worshipped as Nimai Chandra or Gauranga Sundar. He's worshipped not as a sannyasi, but with beautiful clothes and garlands and jewels and crown and everything like this, not as a sannyasi. So many people, they didn't want Mahaprabhu to take sannyas, and there was big arguing. And that went on for 2 days, until finally Mahaprabhu, his will predominated, and he was given sannyas. And the man who shaved Mahaprabhu's head, after he shaved Mahaprabhu's head for taking sannyas, he said, I will never shave another head again. So he was a barber. He stopped being a barber. He became later a sweet maker. And also, one person was there I'm trying to think, the uncle, do you know the uncle, Chaitanya Das?
Chaitanya Das is the father of Srinivas, huh? Srinivas Acharya.
And he was there, and he had one name before, but after Mahaprabhu took sannyas, this Srinivas's, was it his father? It was his father.
Yes, father of Srinivas.
Afterwards, he could not say his own name. He could not say anything. Only he said Chaitanya, 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 Chaitanya. He could not say anything. He became mad, and after that, they all called him Chaitanya Das. That was the only thing he could say, is Chaitanya, Chaitanya. So, and this is very nice. You can read about this in Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Sridhar Maharaj's book, Golden Volcano of Divine Love. And it's in the section called A Tragedy of Separation. It's very beautiful chapter. And you can read all that.
Leonardo Maharaj, Adra Maharaj, disculpen, tengo que retirarme, tenemos que empezar ya en nuestro programa.
Bueno, I'm also going to leave now because my throat, I cannot keep speaking. But I'm happy to see everyone. My dandavats to all of you.
Dandavats, Maharaj. Take care, Maharaj.
Dandavats, Maharaj.
Dandavats, Maharaj.
Pandita, you also had COVID too, huh?
Yes, Maharaj, yes.
And Saraswati, she's the champion. She has had it twice.
She's super trooper.
Super trooper.
Maharaj, are you feeling a little better?
Yeah, I'm feeling a little better. I did not have it so bad. But
good.
Dina Bandhu, Dina Bandhu, he has it much worse than me.
Wow.
He's in our ashram.
Please rest as much as possible, Maharaj. Rest is really, really important.
You don't have to tell me about that. I'm doing that naturally. Feeling tired a lot of the time. But
Happy birthday, Maharaj.
Yes,
happy birthday.
Super happy birthday.
We see you too.
Dandavad.
Dandavad. Dandavad.
Maharaj, nuestras reverencias y un feliz cumpleaños. Y nos sentimos muy protegidos por su siempre, por su Harikata, por sus instrucciones, Maharaj, por su afecto. Y el de Srila Ashram Maharaj, siempre estamos muy felices y muy bendecidos de escucharlo cada sábado, cada domingo y todas las veces que son posibles. Maharaj, nuestras humildes reverencias y un feliz cumpleaños. Dandavat y Dandavat Pranams a todos los devotos.
Ashram Maharaj es mi héroe. That was un buen ejemplo.
Es nuestro héroe.
Esperamos que te mejores, Maharaj.
Gracias. Dandavad.
Dandavad.
Dandavad, Maharaj.
Dandavad, Gurudev.
Que se mejore pronto.
Dandavad, Janarda Maharaj. Dandavad.
Dandavad.
Dandavad, Maharaj, feliz cumpleaños, que te mejore.
Dandavad a todos.
Dandavad Maharaj. Dandavad.
Dandavad, Srila Ashram Maharaj.
Dandavad.
Dandavad.